Greetings, mathematicians, and welcome to another math lesson. In today's video, we are going to be talking about these things called properties of exponents, okay? And this week is going to be a little different. First thing, properties of exponents is a very important topic that you guys will learn for 8th grade. So what we're going to do is we're not only going to spend this week, we're actually going to spend next week on this topic as well, because there are quite a few different types of problems that all involve properties of exponents. So we figured we'd give you guys quite a bit of time to practice this concept. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a series of videos, okay? Each video is going to explain one of the properties, okay? So it'll have an explanation. Then I'll do a basic example, and then I'll do like an intermediate example, and then also an advanced example. So that's the way this topic is going to work. All right, so if you're following along in my notebook, I created a new section for properties of exponents, and let's go ahead and get to our notes page here. So properties of exponents, the goal for today, in this lesson, I will be able to apply the various properties of exponents to multiple situations, right? Like I said, there's quite a few different places where you guys will apply all of these properties. But first, let's talk about, well, what are the properties of exponents? Well, just like with everything in math, we are constantly looking for patterns, because patterns make our lives a little bit easier, right? When we finally notice a pattern and we can prove that pattern exists, then we can kind of treat it like a shortcut. It's exactly like our triangle congruence theorems, right? Instead of having to find all of the congruent parts, right, all three angles and all three sides, instead we have the shortcuts. Like if you have all three sides of corresponding if you have all three pairs of corresponding sides congruent to one another, you have yourselves two congruent triangles. Or we have angle, side, angle, 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 side, side, angle, side, and so on and so forth. Okay? So again, we're looking for patterns in the mathematics that we're working with. So really, the properties of exponents are just patterns that make our lives a little easier. Especially when working with exponents. All right, so before we get into the properties, I want to quickly go over the basic elements of exponents, okay? So we have a number, and we usually raise it to another number. This lower number is what we call our base. And then, of course, you guys know this little floating number here, this is what we call our exponent. Now that we've established what we're going to be learning about, go ahead and make your way through the playlist, okay? Make sure you guys are taking notes, because like I said before, this is a pretty important topic, and this stuff right here is expected of you for integrated math next year, okay? All right, well, enjoy the playlist.